Buysalot primetime 2024.
Yeah. Next eBay open.
There we go. Wow. All right. So
next row, you'll see more stuff.
All right. Wow. Now,
again,
question.
Mostly listed.
All right. Now, first of all, I love this. I love all the magazines. I'm going to look at all these magazines. But I have to ask you, because my local comic shop guy, I love to torture him by going in there, and he'll have like something like this. He'll have like the whole shelf filled. And I'll go in and I'll just wipe a shelf out. And I'll kind of laugh and I'll say, hey, I wiped your shelf out. You know, and he's like, don't worry, I'll fill it with something. I'll fill it with something. So like, does it bother you at all that you have any empty spots on there? Or do you want that because that you just look at that as more potential to put more stuff in?
Reason we have these shelves empty right now is because up above there, I went to play cards at the casino on Friday and I got a phone call. There was a leak in the roof.
Oh, no.
And it soaked a bunch of stuff that was on the top that was listed, so we had to end that.
Oh, no.
We removed everything from underneath it until we know the roof is fixed.
So that brings up a question, too, because a lot of people ask this when I went to do the Mile High Comics video is, what do you have for, like protection for, like, flood or... You know, I had to deal with that, but this would be on a much more massive scale.
Plastic.
Yeah, it's plastic or
we actually put this
fire.
on this after that. We have insurance.
Yeah.
So
yeah,
you know, it's
never gonna replace what
insurance will always fight you on value.
Right.
But for us, my insurance is maybe $2 million in insurance.
Okay.
My eBay inventory, which is 20% of what's in this building.
Right.
All of my eBay inventory is here, and it's $8 million in retail. So I don't know how an adjuster could say, "Oh, well, there's not really $2 million for us to pay you out."
Right.
When we have $8 million and we do, 5-figure, 6-figure, sales on a regular case on a regular basis.
Right. Wow. Look at all this. I mean, it's just amazing. Wow, look at all these posters, and I love these shells. By the way, this is a nice touch. These are like, you must.
I bought out a pawn shop that had these in it, where they had comic books and graphic novels on them.
Yeah, that's beautiful. That really adds a nice
touch. The top
touch.
comes off, and there's drawers underneath. They're all full of
wow,
stuff right now.
I love that. That's incredible.
I'm not going to be able to take all of those south with me, so I'm actually going to have to find people up here that want to buy some of these shelving units.
Oh yeah, very cool. Myst, great video game.
Yep.
Wow. I mean, there's just
some of that stuff is on Amazon.
Okay.
The books, we usually do books or brand new carded action figures. We'll throw that stuff on Amazon sometimes. Ever since I've started doing the YouTube auctions, I've kind of phased out everything else.
Right. Yeah, that's been huge. And I saw in the beginning of the warehouse and here that you also do, as you can see here, clothing as well. Right. You're not just limited to collectibles, for people who are new who are watching that, Brian's, I mean, I saw the other day you had a purse auction and stuff. So you're pretty much into almost everything, right? I mean,
anything that I can lift myself, we're interested in buying.
Right.
I think is the key to it.
Okay.
I'm trying to make a deal with someone currently to buy all those brown boxes you saw as you came in are all clothing that this came from. I bought out a New York estate clean-out company, a tractor trailer load from them.
Right.
So it's got Hermes, Prada, Louis Vuitton. There's great leather jackets. There's vintage. There's new. There's so much stuff.
All right. You said your wife would be on the buyer side if they came here. How often is your wife just like, stop?
Well, she works with me. She works with me here.
Right.
So she does all the packing and shipping for eBay, and sometimes she helps out with the auctions. And then everybody jokes that Pam, my office manager, is my work wife.
Right.
She's here with me all the time too. They both give me a hard time. Kim actually went with me yesterday on that buy.
Okay.
And I was like, I brought her along to kind of rein me in, so I didn't go crazy and just buy everything in the house.
Right.
She started going, honey, I need $10 for this, or I need $20 for this. I really like this. So she wound up buying stuff.
Okay, but normally they have to restrain you because you'll buy everything.
I'm crazy, yeah.
Right, but I mean, then he wouldn't be called Mr. Buysalot. You know, I mean, you can't be Mr. Buysalot without buying a lot of stuff. So
We definitely buy a lot of
yeah,
stuff.
yeah. Okay, wow.
Yeah, that was all
Awesome.
one deal there. That was from Indianapolis.
What
All
was?
of these are like 1930s to 1960s movie posters.
Look at the
3
size
sheets.
of these posters.
Yeah, these are 3 sheets. Those up there are 6 sheets from that same collection. The big ones, the rolls on top.
Oh yeah.
And all of those boxes behind you, the guy was going to open an antique co-op, and he did a ton of work. And there's amazing stuff, exhibit cards. Down in the box by your leg are comic strips, newspaper comic strips.
Yes.
That he bagged and boarded and priced.
Is there stuff in here that, like something like buried on the bottom or something somewhere that you don't even know what's in there? Like you forgot, and like you open it up and say, "Oh yeah, there's that." Like, because I have stuff like that, and I love that. I can't imagine that you don't have anything like. Does that ever happen?
95% of what I own, I have no clue anymore. Because like that deal, I bought that deal, and it came with about 8,000 Golden Age comics.
Right.
So we sold the Golden Age comics, and I partnered with Mike Carbonaro on that deal. And then I bought all of the pulps
Okay.
from these people and all of this. I
Right.
sold the pulps for roughly what I paid for everything on my end.
Right.
So this is all profit. And I knew that going into the deal,
Right.
that I had the pulps potentially sold. So I looked through the movie posters. I didn't look through those boxes that are next to you.
Okay. So you don't even know what's in the boxes.
Correct.
Not much.
Like I
Maybe
know
you peeked.
a little bit of it just from moving
Right.
it, but yeah.
Right. Yeah, people don't understand that sometimes when you make these big buys, which you're obviously doing on a much bigger scale than the average person for sure. But I mean, that's even happened to me. Like my giant size X-Men #1 that I sold, I tell people all the time, I didn't even know I had it for a year. It was in a big comic buy, and it was just sitting next to me. And next thing you know, I discover it, and I sold it for $1,250 on eBay
Wow.
within like 5 minutes. That was many years ago. Now it's worth much more, of course.
Yeah.
But
These are all the boxes of clothing that we haven't sorted yet. So all that clothing you saw in that aisle came out of about 100 of these boxes. This is about 310 more boxes.
Okay, so but when you look at this, right, and you're like, wow, there's all this clothing, do you tell yourself like confidently, like, we will get to this, and this eventually will be sorted, and eventually will be sold, someone will buy it? Or do you ever doubt yourself and look at it and say, I don't know, maybe I bit off more than I could chew, and
Nope.
I'm never gonna sell this stuff?
Nope, never doubt myself.
Okay.
This we will sell one way or another, whether I sell it all to one reseller
Right.
and they do the work and they make the real money,
Right.
or we sell it by the box to subscribers and I won't even look at it.
Right.
Like literally, we'll just make up a number
Yep.
and that's the price we'll offer it out, and we'll just close the lid, we'll make sure it's full, put a label on it and ship it out, or we'll process it like we did the first 100 and some boxes that
Right.
went onto that aisle, and then
Right.
we'll pay a company like List Perfectly or Salhound or one of those
Okay.
and learn clothing. I don't
Right.
know clothing very well, so
Right.
I bought this deal for, I paid a lot of money for the deal because I knew where it was coming from.
Right.
And we've sold, Hermes jackets and Burberry and, $500, $800, $1,000 a piece for some of the stuff.
Yeah.
So it makes
Yeah.
it exciting.
Right. Okay. Good. What's in it? What's in here? What's in these filing cabinets?
Okay, so the filing cabinets are actually the majority of my listings.
Okay.
So in these, you'll see we have XGR. So this is one of my listers. Tracy uses a X for her listings,
Okay.
and
So
XGR's is Tracy's government report, and this is the 4th one. So whenever we
Okay.
sell one, this is how they're numbered so that we can ship them out and
very good.
open them up. So this side is all government reports. The other side is all press photos and photography.
So you find the government reports sell? People?
Oh yeah,
People like
these
the
are all
government reports?
1805 to 1905,
Oh,
so
okay.
they're very early.
Okay. Okay.
But yeah, I sell these filing cabinets are 90% of our income. That's what I was telling you earlier,
Wow.
that we're downsizing the number of items,
Right.
because if 90% of our income is in 5% of our space,
Yeah.
it's better to lose that extra 10% of income
Right.
and save 90% of space
Right.
because we're moving somewhere smaller.
Right. Wow. So paper goods, is that your number one
Yes.
seller by
For sure.
by far?
Yeah.
Yeah. I love the paper goods
Yep.
for sure.
So we're actually going to eliminate all the clothing, all the purses, all the shoes
Okay.
off of our listings. Pretty much just going to have government reports, photos, and these are all the rock and roll concert posters.
Yeah, I see them over there.
Yep.
Okay.
This
There's a
is
whole
the
bunch
deal I
here.
bought out of San Francisco.
Yeah, look at all this. And this is important. You need to have this open space because these posters, they could get easily damaged if you don't have them laid out properly.
Right. And
So-
each shelf is inventory, so, you know,
A lot of them are signed.
yeah, about 90% of them are signed and numbered.
Yeah. And here's...
But we bought 50,000 posters.
Look at all these posters. Oh my gosh. Wow. Nice. I love how colorful they are too.
Oh, some of them are just
Yeah.
gorgeous. Like, even if you're not into concert posters
Right.
and you like art, you just want something for your man cave or decoration, they're amazing.
How do you decide what you're going to list? Like, is it just random or not list, but like bring to an auction? Like when you're looking at posters, is it just whatever you feel that day or?
Well, these are all listed on our eBay store.
Oh, these are all listed.
Yeah, these are all listed on my eBay store.
Oh my gosh.
But
Wow.
at auction, you know, you're standing next to, let's say, that Stone Temple Pilots poster.
Yeah.
And it's funny because that Stone Temple Pilots poster, you know, I'll list that I have 8 of them and maybe I have 20.
Right.
And I've brought them to a live auction on
Right.
YouTube and to Facebook, and they've almost doubled what I sell them for on eBay in some cases. And then sometimes we start them out at $10 at the auction with free shipping all the time. You've been to the auctions, you've seen that.
Yeah. Yeah.
There's posters in here that we sell for $300 on eBay. We start those at $10 as well.
Yeah.
Like whatever they sell for, they sell for.
Yeah, you can definitely get some good deals. I've purchased several things from Brian in the past, and so has I bought something on behalf of Mrs. Primetime once as well. Some jewelry.
Jewelry, yeah.
Jewelry. Do you have a special spot where you keep that?
No. That,
Huh?
So over here you see all this pile of stuff. This was all out of an estate clean out. That's where that jewelry came from.
Okay, right over here.
Yep. That whole pile there.
Is there more jewelry?
No, I think that was all of it. I think Pam made everything into tray lots
Okay.
already from it.
All right. Oh.
But then as you get back here, it sounds like we have a bird somewhere. Birds get into the warehouse and they die sometimes up in the rafters, and I can smell that
Yeah.
it smells like there's a dead bird.
Yeah,
The back of the warehouse somewhere.
that's what you got. You got to account for all different things if you start getting into warehouses.
Yep. Everything you see back here is unlisted, unsorted,
Oh my.
except from behind you. You know all the pinback buttons that I sell,
Yes.
like the Jurassic Park, the Super
Yes.
Mario Brothers, the Disney,
Yep.
the rock and roll ones. Pretty much underneath the top layer of this is all pinback buttons. It's like 200,000 pinback buttons.
200,000?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, Brian, this is crazy. It's amazing. I like the Sesame Street sign.
That's actually from Sesame Place.
Okay, so
Yeah.
yeah, for those of you who don't know, Sesame Place is in Pennsylvania.
Yep.
Yeah, been there many times. You ever go in the ball pit when you were a kid?
I haven't. I've only ever been there once with the
really?
kids.
Okay. Marvin the Martian, we've got. Look at that. Some M&M stuff and old books, and just there's a lot of random stuff too. So
Comics, toys. I mean, there's
yeah,
in the paper here. There's an original Nirvana poster with the original stat graphics and negative used to create that poster for the concert. So it's a one of a kind piece. There's one for Kiss. I think I have a Bruce Springsteen one, and those are all items that need to go to like a major auction house, but we just haven't had time.
yeah. Time is the enemy. Time and space, right?
Yep, for sure.
That's the enemy of all resellers. All right, folks, I am in the Mr. Buysalot mobile itself. It's an amazing experience to be able to do this. And we are heading out to meet up with a friend of yours to help appraise a comic book collection, 165 long boxes. So I'm really excited to do this. So can't wait. So Updates forthcoming.